Wood is a very precious resource, especially for someone like Remi, who can transform it into almost any item you can imagine. But nowadays, forests aren't treated with the care they deserve, and in an attempt to use them in a sustainable way, Remi started to harvest himself and process some of our trees into timbers that will be later used to make buildings, furnitures, fences, and even canvas frames, which I very much appreciate. Most of the trees he cut down were already at the end of their lives, and by carefully picking which one to harvest, the forest can benefit from his craft instead of being damaged. We realized that very few people of our generation still know how to use a wood mill, and with the huge rise of timber price and the way deforestation impacts our world, we thought it might be to some interest to you to see there's an alternative. Once Remi has secured the log on the mill, he will square it out by removing a layer of the bark and wood, which we like to call the crust. We save it in a pile as we have many uses for it. We don't waste any byproduct of this process, even the sawdust, which we collect for our composting toilets and to mulch some plants that thrive in more acidic environments. Remi then evaluates which cut he might do to make as many usable pieces of wood out of the tree. This process comes easier with experience and is a real art of his own. He then adjusts the height of the blade according to his calculation before every cut. After that, all the pieces are sorted by thickness, usually from 1-inch boards to 2 inches thick, and even some 4x4s in some cases. Milling is much faster when done by 2 people. I'm Remi's most accessible helper usually, but this time we had some very nice friends that offered a hand. Buying already processed wood would of course be much faster than spending days milling his own, but since Remi is a professional woodworker and we are also still building our little homestead, it is much more cost efficient and rewarding to invest the time it takes to do these tasks. By just a little over 1 week, Remi produced more than $5,000 worth of timbers, more than a season worth of firewood, a year of sawdust for the toilets and garden, plus the gigantic pile of wood cross that will be used in various projects, as well as more firewood. Talk about efficiency! Another benefit is that he can select the most beautiful and interestingly colored pieces to make his breathtaking furnitures. While Remi is busy with his trees, I'm taking care of the garden. I thought it would be nice to show you how little maintenance it is really. Every time I go check on the crops, I pull some weeds that manage to grow here and there. I don't spend that much time doing it, maybe like half an hour per week or so. If something grows through a mulch area, sometimes I don't even bother to pull it and just cover it with more hay. Everything seems to grow really well this year, except for carrots. Not even one showed up yet, and apparently a lot of people face the same problem in our town. That is a mystery to be solved. There's still little insects that likes to nibble on our plants, but as long as they leave enough for us to eat, we're fine with it. And of course, potatoes are starting to bloom everywhere, and I love it. A little delicacy that I like to offer our vegetables is Comfrey Tea. It is a very potent fertilizer, and the plant is such a great ally both in the garden as well as in the pharmacy, as she has also very strong healing properties. To make the liquid, I chop the whole plant into pieces that I place in a tub. Comfrey is one of those warriors that grow even stronger after a big cut. I also sometimes put it directly in the garden when I have leftover materials who doesn't fit in the tub. When I feel like the comfrey is mashed enough, I cover it with water before letting the solution ferment for a couple of weeks. When it will smell like pig crap, it will be ready to use. I also planted some herbs randomly in the garden and some pepper seedlings in our flower bed because I like to plant things wherever I feel like it. And while at it, I also planted some lily flowers that my friend Rosie gifted me. As a treat, I ate delicious wild strawberries that I've let grow in this bed. I don't see the point of taking them out if I can eat them. And now that we have less COVID restriction in our area, we were able to have friends come over for a bonfire. We had a very special guest that you will surely recognize if you've been watching us for a while now. Nishuk and Tipi were instant friends, and they spent the whole evening playing, leaving Nanook with no playmate. But she rapidly found someone who was willing to battle against her. The game felt unfair, but the ending took everybody by surprise, especially the winner. The next day, we decided to go for a swim in a spot very close to our home. We sometimes forget to enjoy the beauty of summer here, as the season is short and there is a lot to do. But sometimes, when friends come for a visit, we allow more time to just relax and have fun. We are lucky to be surrounded by these kind of places, and it would be crazy not to appreciate it.
Je sais pas où tu peux sauter, demande à Remi. Remi. Oui, bonne. Ouais. Oh, je vais carrer. Regarde, on va remettre la veste si tu veux remettre. Tu vas voir là.
On those happy memories, we reach the end of this video. I hope you take the time to play once in a while, and until next time, have a good week.